Little did the man know that his very first customer would be a kindred spirit someone also kicked out of their party, poor soul. And the reason was simply because she's a girl. That's why when she first entered, she wore a full suit of armor to hide her gender, with only enough coins in her pocket for a plain bowl of rice. Our protagonist couldn't bear to watch as the owner. How could he let his first customer have such a meager meal? So he decided to treat her to a katsudon on the house. Hailey's eyes lit up instantly. One look at it told her it's going to be delicious. Taking a bite, the crispy, juicy pork cutlet instantly burst with flavor in her mouth. He had never tasted anything so divine before long. The bowl was licked clean. The owner hoped she'd become a regular, but without it a party, Hailey couldn't take on quests, and no quest meant no money for food. However, for our protagonist, this was a piece of cake. He just needed to ask around among his patrons. The next day, an adventure party happened to be in the shop, so he asked if they were looking for a female swordsman. Unexpectedly, they agreed with surprising enthusiasm, even saying they could start a quest together tomorrow. Even the owner didn't expect it to go so smoothly. Furthermore, the moment Hailey heard the news, she decided to join on the spot. As a seasoned veteran who had seen it all in the adventuring world, he advised her to choose her companions more carefully. But the naive Hailey felt there was nothing to worry about. Saying this, the owner didn't press the matter further. He then served her the oyako-don set she had ordered. Once again, it's time to dig in. Just look at her face. She's clearly in food heaven. The last customers before closing were two girls. From their conversation, our protagonist learned some chilling news. Ward is a certain adventurer party specifically targets solo female adventurers, luring them into dungeons to assault them one after another before fleeing to other towns to continue their spree of evil. He immediately thought of the group that visited his shop earlier that morning. The next day, Hailey officially joined the new party. After introductions, the group headed into the dungeon to carry out their quest. Determined to prove her worth, Hailey took the lead in every battle along the way. Flattered by the group's constant praise, Hailey felt a surge of excitement. It was the first time she had ever felt so valued by her teammates. But little did she know a nightmare was lurking as they ventured deeper into the dungeon. Hailey finally collapsed from sheer exhaustion. One of her teammates offered to cast a healing spell on her, but instead he inflicted her with a stun status. Caught completely off guard, Hailey slumped to the ground. That was when the four scumbags finally revealed their true colors. Just as Hailey fell into despair, a figure suddenly intervened, sending the blonde thug flying several meters with a powerful kick. The intruder brandished two kitchen knives, his face hidden by a paper bag. The gaze that intense, he reminds me of a certain legendary show-off from another series. In response, the green-haired thug immediately cast detection magic, but it failed completely due to the massive level gap. Hailey's consciousness began to fade, but she watched the scene unfolding before her in utter disbelief. The stranger's movements were as precise and effortless as those of a master chef. Although she couldn't see his face clearly, she realized he had saved her life. The next day, Hailey visited the protagonist's restaurant and recounted everything that had happened the day before. She mentioned that the group who attacked her had already been arrested by the Adventurers Guild. The ordeal finally taught her why it's so important to choose one's party members wisely. Hearing this, the owner felt a pang of guilt. If he had vetted them beforehand, the whole trouble might have been avoided. Hailey waved her hands frantically to reassure him, but just then, her stomach let out a loud rumble. The owner invited her to order whatever she craved the most, and even let Aido off work early to join her for the meal. A short while later, a mouth-watering deluxe steak set was served. One look at the girls' expressions told you exactly how blissful they felt.
Kiten still coming for me? Say, what's going on, Midoriya?
He's only a boy after all. Oh. Yes, sir. What are you looking at? Just say the word.